My name is Osvaldo Lopez. I'm a paralegal with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid's Farmworker team. And this segment is about how to identify H2A employers when that information isn't immediately available on clearance orders, because some clearance orders are not submitted by the employers themselves. So for example, on outreach, you may come across some H2A workers who don't know who their employer is. They may have a copy of the first couple of pages of the order under which they were petitioned, and they should have received a copy at the consulate while they were processing their visa applications. But usually they just get like the first 2 pages there. And so based on those 2 pages, you really don't know the name of the employer or who submitted it. And let me just pull up an example of a clearance order. And so this is a clearance order that was submitted by, I'm going to scroll down, that way we can see who signed off on this. And like, for example, on this order, it was signed off by someone named with the first name Jennifer. And it just says that her title is office manager, but it doesn't say which company the workers are employed by. And you can scroll up and read through the information that's available on this order, and you won't find the name of the employer. It just has the information that my colleague Cynthia went over, the information like workers needed, the total hours that they're going to work. And so what you can do to find out the name of the employer, because sometimes these orders are submitted by an agent or an authorized representative hired by the employer to complete the labor certification process. And to find out who they're actually working for, you can use the ETA case number that's down here. It's actually at the bottom of every page on the clearance order. You can take this number . I'm just going to copy it from the URL. You can take the ETA case number and go over to the Department of Labor's seasonal jobs website, and you can copy and paste the number here. And so the search function on DOL's website isn't very accurate sometimes, because I searched for the order using the ETA case number, and it should have pulled it up. But instead it pulled some other ones up. And you can see here that the ETA case number for this one here, for the first one, does not match the one that I was searching for. And if we go to the second one, this one also doesn't match the ETA case number that I was searching for. And if we go to the third one, it also doesn't match. And so what we can do to find the actual order and find out who the employer is, we can go up here to the browser search bar, and we have to use this link here, HTTPS. It's a / jobs / and then you copy the ETA case number and you add it at the end. Then you hit the search button, and this should pull up the summary jobs page for that specific order. And so here you can see that the name of the employer is Pace Family Farms, and they're located in Schoolcraft, Michigan. And this is the job summary page. It's going to contain some of the same details that is on the job order. And so that's one way to find out. When you don't have the complete order, but you only have a couple of pages, you can use the ETA case number to find who the employer is by following this process. Once you find out who the employer is, you can head over to TRLA's data scraper tool, which is this one here. And you can use the search by employer function. And once you're on this screen, you can search for that, for the name of the employer that we just found out, which is Pace Family Farms. And we hit search. And this is going to be the order that we were looking at. But the cool thing about the data scraper tool is that it's also going to populate clearance orders in which the same employer is listed in addendums as an additional fixed site employer. So for example, they're not the main employer in all of these orders down here, but they are listed as an additional fixed site employer. So if you're interested in this specific employer, you can search for workers under this order, but you can also search for them under these. And so Pace Family Farms is going to be involved with these job orders down here as well. And so, yeah, let's say you have a couple of pages of the clearance order, but sometimes there are instances in which an advocate may run into H2A workers who neither have a partial copy of the order, nor do they know who the employer is. But if you nail down the county in which they work or the county in which they're housed, you can use that information along with TRLA's data scraper tool to search for all active clearance orders in that county. So for example, if we come across some workers and we are doing some outreach and we come across some workers at a grocery store, they don't know who they're working for, but they know that they know the address to their housing, for example, and let's say it's in, we can use Alabama, for example, but if you have to head over to the TRLA data scraper tool and you hit the H2A worker map tab, and you can search by work site, but you can also search by housing site. And then you just have to select the current month, the current year, and we'll just use Alabama, for example. And so the scraper tool is going to populate all the counties that have active clearance orders. And so let's say, for example, you ran into the workers in Lee County, Alabama. You click on Lee County, and it's going to bring up all the active clearance orders that have housing sites in that county. And so then to find out exactly which H2A clearance orders they were petitioned under, you just have to match the housing location or the worksite location to the orders, and that's how you'll find out exactly under which orders those workers were petitioned.